Imagine you're a fan of baseball. Imagine that they said, all right, we're gonna do a little rule change. And the rule change is this: any home run that goes into upper decks is actually gonna be worth 1.5 runs and not just one. Everybody be like, what, you're messing with the game? This is crazy. Well, that's what happened right when the three-point line was actually introduced in the late 70s. In the late 70s, players only shot about 3% of all shots from that distance, only 3%. And so people thought, like, this is crazy. You're gonna make this new shot worth 50% more? And fast forward to 2018. 2018, it went from 3% of all shots taken from 24 feet, skyrocketed up to over 30% of all shots taken are taken from 24 feet. Stylistically, the game has changed so much. We're trying to teach you to shoot this way because this three-point shot is now the most important shot for a shooter to be able to make. It has changed the way the game is played. A lot of these things that we're teaching you may fly in the face of what you have been taught as a shooter. They may be different than what your coach has taught you as a shooter, but understand this: most coaches are from a different generation. Most older coaches especially grew up watching this NBA with a type of a shot that allowed you to be effective close to the basket without getting blocked. Whereas this type of shot, and it's why so few players were good shooting from behind the arc, doesn't work for that type of shot. That's why we're building your accuracy at 15 feet with a type of shot that can generate power efficiently so that you can stay accurate when you move behind the three-point line. This is the trajectory that we've been on, more and more shots from further and further out. So now that I've convinced you that you've got to shoot more threes, you and your coach and your mom and dad, now let's talk about how we're gonna actually do it. Well, it all comes down to power generation. Once we have a shot that we can make with accuracy, we then have to use that shot to generate more power. So get out your notebook, lean forward, sit up, get excited, clap your hands once, twice, 3 times, because you're about to make threes. The first one is speed. If it was just about having big muscles to be able to shoot further out, then Dwight Howard would be a better three-point shooter. So power is not just about how strong you are. Steph Curry is a better three-point shooter than Dwight Howard, but he's not as physically strong. So how do they generate power without force? Well, speed. If you think about it, a golfer hits a drive further by getting more club head speed. A pitcher throws a baseball harder by getting more speed on it. If you want to shoot more accurately from distance, you've got to have a faster shot. Guess who has the fastest shot in the NBA? Go ahead. Say it out loud right now. Well, if you said Kyle Korver, then you would be correct. On average, it takes him about 0.68 seconds to release his shot. He has the fastest shot. He's also one of the most accurate from distance. Speed equals power. So we're gonna take a look at something here. Watch it with me. And I want you to watch these two. Well, they don't look super athletic, but we're gonna call them athletes. Watch these two athletes do a non-basketball thing and see which one you think has more speed in their delivery. Let's go ahead and check it out here. There's a lot of things that relate between throwing a dart and shooting a basketball. So we saw that first dude, all right? Looked at his motion. Now check this one out. I want you to notice which one has a smoother motion. Which one has more starts and stops in their motion. I want you to watch which one's routine is faster and which one's is slower. I want you to watch which one is more accurate with their darts. First dude, faster speed, more accuracy, buckets. So if it's true for one aspect of physical movement, it's true for the other. More speed equals more accuracy. More speed equals more power. And you probably noticed this about them as well. They didn't have their toes pointed at the rim. They just got their mechanism pointed at the rim, or in their case, the target. So speed equals power. So what does that mean for you? Shoot faster, shoot faster, shoot faster, shoot faster. When I work with players, when they're missing shots, one of the most common things that helps them make shots is just to speed it up. Just speed it up. Because when you have lots of starts and stops, that's our chances for it to go off the rails. If you want to keep something moving in a direction, you got to keep it in motion. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. So keep your shot in motion. One smooth, continuous, accelerating motion throughout the entire shot. So that's going to help you. If all you do is you turn off the stream now and you go and shoot faster, you're generating more power. You can shoot from further out. But you're not done. I got more for you. Here's the second one. Second one is sequence. Sequence is how you can sync up the ball with the rest of your body. It's not about, you'll notice, not once did I say use your legs more. It's not about getting a deeper squat to get more power. It's not about jumping higher. It's about sequencing the lower body with the upper body. Let's see first an example of poor sequence. You'll see exactly what I mean. Watch the shooter. See how disjointed everything is here? Notice how his lower body fires different than his upper body. Notice all the starts and stops. We gotta watch that one more time. Notice all the starts and stops. It's really hard to be accurate with a lot of starts and stops. Notice how the lower body fires early and then the ball's firing late. So let's compare that to one of the best shooters, Steph Curry here. Notice how it's one smooth motion. There's no starts and stops. Watch it again here. Notice how the ball actually goes first. And then when the ball gets to the top of his shot, that's when his legs really start to fire. That's one of the keys with most players' sequence. And I want you to really lock in with me right here and understand this. Let me get that ball. Most players, the ball is late. Ball is late is like what we saw with the first shooter. The ball's late means that the lower body fires and the ball starts late and it's behind the shot, and that's where we lose our power and get flat and have to hitch because the ball started late. Whereas if you focus on speed, it will help your sequence. But what are you trying to speed up? You don't need to speed up your lower body. You actually have to speed up the ball. If you speed up the ball and start the ball first, then the best sequence is we actually start to fire our legs once the ball gets to what we call the pocket of our shot or the platter of our shot, like I had a tray of drinks. Ball first and then fire. So your sequencing up when you push down on the ground, at the same time as you push up on the ball, that sequence has to be the same. I just want to make sure you get this here, so please stand up right where you are. If you have a ball, grab it. If you don't have a ball, that's fine. I'll do it without a ball. Just get that ball where you might set with your handprint right now and just break your legs. We don't need to do a deep squat right here. And without starting the ball, I just want you to push the balls of your feet on the ground. Just push. Imagine you're pushing the earth down. Push. Push. Okay, we felt that, okay? We felt that. We want to feel pushing the earth down at the exact same time that we're feeling pushing the ball up. Exact same time. So right now, we have to start the ball first. We're not pushing the ball up yet. Now we get it to platter and we push the earth down as we push the ball up. That felt different. That's ball first. That is going to give you more power. The more speed with the better sequence is going to allow you to shoot from further out. You ready for cheat code number 3?